Hey, Robbie. Obviously, the team is really rolling right now. That's 6 series wins in a row. What kind of a statement do you think it makes to beat the Rays? Given where they're at in the standings and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think our main focus is no matter who's on the other side of the field, we're going to come out and we're going to play hard and we're going to play our best brand of baseball. And regardless of whoever's over there, we're our main focus is winning every pitch, and I feel like we do a really good job, and we've been doing a really good job, especially lately.
And then I know you've got other things to focus on, but I was just curious if the Cy Young race is something that either you're paying attention to or maybe friends and family are paying attention to that at all.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know if friends and family are paying attention to it. I've said my main focus is going out, putting up zeros for my team, and I feel like the rest is going to fall into place.
Thanks a lot.
Go ahead, Caitlin.
Hey, Robbie. You bounced back really nicely from obviously the last start, and it looks like, again, it was fastball slider were really key for you. What did you like from this outing, and what was getting the Tampa Bay Rays batters to swing so much?
Yeah, I felt like early on the fastball was electric. I feel like it was getting on guys. I was able to pound guys with it, pound them in with my fastball, and when that's going good later in the game, I feel like that just opened up my slider even more. I had good feel for my slider all game, but I had them on the heater, and later in the game we threw some really good sliders in situations where they were probably looking for a fastball and didn't get it.
Great, thank you.
Go ahead, Rosie.
Thank you. Robbie, further to the fastball slider combination, which has been so lethal, for somebody who started out with a whole bunch of pitches in this arsenal, I was wondering when the penny dropped for you, when you realized that would be the best way for you to pitch, basically turning yourself into a two-pitch guy, and when and why?
Honestly, I can't pinpoint an exact time. I just feel like, during the game, I work on all my pitches going into every game. It just seems like every time I go into the game, the fastball is electric. The slider is really good, and they play really well off of each other. I feel like my slider is it comes out looking like my fastball, and then it's gone. So I feel like just being able to, come into the game with all my pitches, but then know when it's time to focus on those two pitches when things are going really well. I feel like I've done a good job with that.
And just as a follow-up, which really isn't a follow-up, but on the Zunino home run, when you turned around to look at it, you looked a little baffled, maybe annoyed and baffled. Were you just surprised that he got that much lift or distance on that swing?
Yeah, I felt like it was hit pretty high. I didn't feel like it had enough to go. I mean, I knew he kind of hit it pretty hard, but I thought that the angle on it was too high for it to make to even have a chance, really.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead, Arden.
Hey, Robbie. You've been in a wild card race like this before in 2017 with Arizona. I mean, just from that experience, what do you think is important from sort of a mindset standpoint, a preparation standpoint for a team when every game is as important as these games are for you right now?
Yeah, I think it's just sticking to the process. I think not letting outside factors, outside noise get to us. Take care of what we need to take care of in the clubhouse and get your work done every day and go about your business and prepare the way that you need how to prepare for every day to come out and give your best. And I feel like if you can tone out that outside noise and that, everybody's talking about it. It's a wild card race. We're in the thick of it, and these are some meaningful games that we're playing. So I feel like if you can just tune out that noise and go about your process every day, then you're going to be in a good spot.
And you pitched in a couple playoff games that year too, the wild card game and then the DS you made a start. I mean, what did you kind of learn just about the way that tension gets heightened and just, the pressure that comes with those situations?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the wild card game is a win or go home. And, it's a really fun game to play in. There's a lot of back and forth. Anything can happen. There's not it's not a lot of it's by the book, and you're doing whatever you can to win that game, and it's a really fun experience.
Great, thank you.
Go ahead, Julia.
Thank you, Robbie. Thanks for your time. Your team just held back probably the best offense in baseball. They're Tampa Bay Rays are the team that has most scored runs right now in baseball. Beyond your start and your performance today, how do you assess the pitching for the Blue Jays in these past 3 games?
Yeah, I think it all started with the first game, Manoah coming out and putting the pressure on, going 8 strong innings, and he set the tone for the whole series. And then Berrios comes in, pitches an excellent 7 innings. We weren't able to win the game, but pitches an excellent 7, gave us a chance to win. So it all starts and ends with the starting pitching, and I feel like everybody from top to bottom has stepped up to the challenge. And that first game of the series is crucial, and Manoah stepped up and pitched a huge game for us.
Thank you so much.
Go ahead, Mitch.
Hey, Robbie, thanks for the time. When you think about that, there's probably a pretty good chance you're going to be facing this team again next week. Does that impact your game plan at the end there at all, or how do you think about the next start?
My main focus is on the start that I'm in. So there wasn't a whole lot of focus on, what am I going to do this time to set up for next time. My main goal today was to put up zeros and give our team a chance to win. And, I'll start thinking about my next start, in the coming days, but my main focus today was to go out and give us a chance.
Thanks, Robbie.
1 game at a time. So now that the series is done, I mean, how big is it for your team to come out on top, winning this series at home against a team like the Rays?
Huge. Like a day off tomorrow, I'm going to take it 1 day at a time. Like I'm going to enjoy the day off, but yes, huge, because again, that's one of the best teams in baseball, and to keep doing what we're doing, you got to beat them. And that was a great series, 3 great games, and we took 2 out of 3. That was huge.
You just said you take it 1 game at a time, and I'm going to get ahead of myself here and just say, like, did this atmosphere have sort of a really kind of playoff-like atmosphere when you play a team like this and knowing you guys are, playing to get that wild card spot right now?
Yes, but we've missed that for the first month and a half, or last 2 years. You know what I'm saying? It's awesome to be home. This is home field advantage, and you feel it. Players feel it. Of course, the team is playing great, but that helps, and that helps a lot. I'm telling you, because now we know what it feels like not to have a home. Playing at home in Toronto. So yeah, it was awesome. All these games, the Oakland series, this series, the crowd was awesome, and big wins.
And just with Ray, obviously he rebounded from that last start, which was a weird one for him. What did you like from him today? And is this kind of back to the normal Robbie Ray that you're used to this year? Back to the normal
Robbie Ray, dealing, throwing strikes, nasty sliders, fastball, and we gave him a lead. So he has some room, for error, which he usually play close games when it's pitching, but we gave him some room, and he did what he does, went 7 innings.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Go ahead, Gregor.
Hey, Charlie. Earlier in the year, it seemed like we were asking you a lot about when you needed or how much you guys needed an off day. When you're on a run like this, do you not want to have an off day? Would you prefer to keep playing, or is this off day kind of useful for you guys as you kind of set things up for the stretch run?
Yeah, I mean, the schedule's a schedule, and you see it, and it is what it is. I mean, we play, I don't know how many, 13 in a row just now. So yeah, it is what it is. I don't think that's going to affect what we're doing. I'm just proud of this team, and I think it'd be perfect for them to enjoy their families right now that they're here, day and a half off, and then be ready for the Twins on Friday.
Cool. Thanks, Charlie.
You're welcome.
Go ahead, Sang-Young.
Maybe this hasn't brought up to you yet, but does the Blue Jays as a team thinking of asking more attendance allowance during the postseason, like playoff, once we go to the playoffs?
Well, that's my call. Of course, I would love to see a full house because I've seen this place when it's full, and it's awesome. It's stuff I was coaching third with the Rays when playoff times here, and I couldn't even talk to the third baseman because you couldn't hear anything. So of course we would have loved that, but we got to follow the guidelines, and that's fine. The crowds that we're getting, they're pretty loud, and they have been great.
Okay, thank you. Just wondering. Thank you.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, Charlie, just want to ask you about Robbie's slider. The last start, they basically just laid off it completely, but these guys couldn't. What was the difference that you saw today?
Yeah, he was throwing his fastball for a strike, And the Orioles did a good job the other time, against them. Sometimes people do better than other teams, but yeah, he was just nasty today. You could tell early on that they just couldn't lay off because it looks like a fastball, and a guy throws 94, 95, it starts to lay off something that looks like a fastball. So yeah, he was on from the beginning. I could tell, okay, we got a chance today.
All right. Thanks, Charlie.
You're welcome.
Go ahead, Julia.
Hey, Charlie, thank you for your time. You guys did a great job at run prevention this series, and I'm just wondering what you saw from your pitching staff as a whole and how you assess this 3-game series from a pitching standpoint.
Yeah, so I mean, it all goes back to the mound, whoever's pitching, and our starting rotation has been outstanding, and that's one of the reasons we're doing so well, because they're giving us a chance. Manoa was outstanding on 8 innings on Friday. Berrios was awesome yesterday, and then of course Ray today. So I mean, that's the main reason you win games and you win in the big leagues with a good starting rotation, and they're doing a great job.
And this is definitely different from the Orioles series, in which you guys scored a lot of runs but also allowed a fair share of runs. Was this a point of discussion of focus at all coming back here?
I mean, they're different teams and stuff, So again, it was a great series. We did everything. We catch the ball, we pitched, and we had timely hitting. So that's how you win 2 out of 3 games.
And just a final, just a quick one here. You mentioned that everything was kind of going right. How important is this unity right now, and how important is it for a team that wants to be a playoff team to play as a unit?
So momentum goes to the next starter, and so on. And when your starting rotation is doing well, you get a chance to win every day, and that's what we got right now. Our 5 stars have been outstanding, so that's why we have a chance to win every day.
Thank you so much.
Back to Caitlin.
Sorry,
Let's
just
retire Clemente's number before everybody goes. All right, I had to have that in there. Number 21. All right, thank you. All right.
Go ahead, Caitlin.
He deserves. All right.
Can I ask one more?
Oh yeah. Just before we go, I had to say that. Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so this is just a question. We asked you before the game about the rotation and if you're going to think about readjusting it with this off day. Is this a conversation that you're going to have after the game or tomorrow, or we're going to find out later?
Yeah, so we might do that. Yeah, but it's got nothing to do with lining everything up. Somebody might need an extra day. We might give somebody an extra day and stuff like that. That's what we're talking about.
So is it potentially Manoa needing the extra day?
Potentially.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Back to Julia.
Hey, Charlie, thanks. Speaking of Roberto Clemente, this is something that I also asked Jose Barrios earlier today, but how important is it for you to carry the sense of identity as a Latino, coming to North America and coaching here and managing here, especially with so many Latinos in the clubhouse right now? How important is that to you?
It's huge. And again, I know how it felt. It wasn't not even close to Clemente what he went through, because he was even tougher, not speaking English. But when I came to the States with no English at all, so I know what the English barrier does, and not knowing what people are telling you and stuff. And so I've gone through all that, but of course not as bad when Clemente played. But that's one of the things, and not only what he did on the field, but to me, he's my idol because what he did off the field. He was a great human being trying to help people all the time.